Brian Pilchard's the name and history is the game. But today's game is going to be Battlefield 5, the World War I, World War II classic. On the screen we have a woman in a trench coat. Very beautiful woman, very ugly history. Press X to start. That's easy enough, that's barely a game. I'm going to pick the easy option because I don't think there is an easy option in war, and I'd like to see what it's all about. The Tiger tank is a legendary war machine. Oh well, whatever. A very nice cutscene here. That kind of barrel making back then was done with a machine. Germans marching in step there. That never would have happened on the front line. See, have you noticed here that the game doesn't look like a game here? It reminds me of Toy Story 1. Buzz Lightyear is clearly the man driving the tank, and the man at the top, the commander, is Woody. Men in World War II wouldn't have had brewed coffee. Very average and unenjoyable. Here we go, on the move in a tank. Wouldn't be using, if you look here, you wouldn't be using small joysticks at your thumbs. So I have to take marks off for it being historically inaccurate. Oh, I've accidentally shot him before I can talk about him. We've got some cowards. Oh, down here there's a man with a gun, and that gun that he's using fires many bullets. The projectiles that he's firing look like they're on fire. I find video games very hard to comprehend. Please comment below if you too have played a video game. In reality, it wouldn't have been a button. They probably would have used many different tools for the many different jobs in the tank to fix up the mechanics. So I'm going to have to take marks off for that. These men down here. You see, that was historically inaccurate. I missed the men. In reality, I would have hit them and they would have died. Oh, here we go. A Sherman tank. If you do get a bit confused about the name of the American Sherman tank, something you can remember it by is Sherman himself from The Nutty Professor. Here we go. Now we're cooking with gas. There's a very nasty boy around here. It's hard to know who the good guys are and who the bad guys are, especially when you're wearing a Nazi uniform. When, God, just hang on, shoot its arse. Something the game developers could have done when they're playing a Nazi is to give them the option of killing themselves with a cyanide pill and then swiftly shooting themselves in the head, just like Adolf Hitler. Why would they put so many tanks in one scene? Even if you were a tank enthusiast, you would get bored by the number of tanks in this game. As a historian, if you look at more than 3 tanks a day, you're not going to have enough time to study all the details, like G46999. Now that was the serial number for one of the treads on a Sherman tank in 1945. You would never know that if you looked at more than 3 tanks a day. Oh no, my tank was destroyed, so I think I'd better stop playing. That was Battlefield 5. History is not a game, it's not fun, it's boring. And when you do it right, you will know the serial numbers of every nook and cranny the world has ever seen. Please comment below on the things that you liked in the video, and please comment on the things that you didn't like so I can stop wasting my time. If you'd like to contact me, please do it via email, brian.pilchard.history.com@gmail.com, and get on it. On average, I can only look at 3 tanks a day.